between hazards and risk follow at H. Cementer. What is hazards? Hazards refer to potential sources of harm or danger that can cause damage, injury, illness, or negative impact to people, property, or the environment. Hazards can be natural, such as earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, and landslides, or human-made, such as chemical spills, fires, explosions, and radiation. Hazards can also arise from human activities, such as transportation, construction, and manufacturing. Identifying and managing hazards is essential to prevent or mitigate their adverse effects and ensure safety and well-being. What is risk? Risk refers to the probability or likelihood of harm or loss occurring as a result of exposure to a hazard. In other words, risk is the chance or possibility of something going wrong. Risk can be expressed in quantitative terms, such as a percentage or a probability, or qualitative terms, such as high, medium, or low. Risk assessment is a process that involves identifying hazards, evaluating the likelihood and consequences of their occurrence, and determining the level of risk associated with them. Risk management involves implementing strategies to control or reduce the level of risk to an acceptable level, such as avoiding the hazard, minimizing exposure to it, or using protective measures. Understanding and managing risk is essential in various fields, such as business, finance, health, safety, and the environment, to ensure the achievement of objectives and avoid or minimize negative outcomes. Difference between hazards and risk? Hazards and risks are related but distinct concepts. Hazards refer to potential sources of harm or danger, while risk refers to the likelihood or probability of harm or loss occurring as a result of exposure to a hazard. In other words, a hazard is a situation or condition that has the potential to cause harm, whereas risk is the chance or possibility of harm occurring as a result of that hazard. Hazards can be natural, such as earthquakes or floods, or human-made, such as chemical spills or explosions. Risk assessment is the process of evaluating the likelihood and consequences of exposure to a hazard and determining the level of risk associated with it. Risk management involves implementing strategies to control or reduce the level of risk to an acceptable level. These strategies can include avoiding the hazard altogether, minimizing exposure to it, or using protective measures. In summary, hazards are potential sources of harm, while risk is the probability or likelihood of harm occurring as a result of exposure to a hazard. Understanding both hazards and risks is essential in various fields, such as health, safety, the environment, and business, to ensure the achievement of objectives and avoid or minimize negative outcomes.